Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way today as we preview Watford versus Rotherham at Vicarage Road. I'm James and welcome to the Watford Way. If you don't know who I am, if you don't know who we are a Watford fan channel providing you with all the latest Watford content, whether it be match previews, match watch-alongs, match vlogs, transfer updates. We've got it all here on the Watford Way. So if you haven't already and you're interested, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. But yes, Watford are playing Rotherham at Vicarage Road. And Watford are coming off the back of two very good championship results. We beat Norwich by 1-0, lost in the FA Cup, which was to be expected. But then we beat Blackpool last time out by 2-0, courtesy of a Toby Adeyemo goal for the 17-year-old academy graduate, and a Ismaila Sarr penalty. And now we face Rotherham at the weekend. And I have to say, I'm very, very excited. Not just because it's Rotherham and are not having a great season, but because Watford have made some great additions in this January transfer window. You look at Ismail Kone, Matthias Martins, Joao Ferreira, and now Watford look to have signed another player on loan. Unfortunately, it was not a permanent deal, but we've signed a very, very promising striker from Benfica, and his name is Henrique Araújo, and he's had a lot of interest from really, really big European clubs. He's got, I believe, an 85 million euro release clause in his contract, which just shows how highly Benfica actually value him. This season, he's been playing mainly for Benfica B. It doesn't look like he'll be registered in time for the weekend, but that deal does look like it's going to get over the line very, very soon. So I'll make a whole separate video on that announcement when it is made by Watford. But I am getting very, very excited now. And actually, I posted basically a photo on the Watford Way on Instagram yesterday, which showed the championship table. And I basically asked the question, are Watford going to get promoted to the Premier League this season? And it shows Burnley way up on top. I believe they're on 59 points. Sheffield United, I think, are on about 54 points. And then Watford are in third. I think we're about 10 or 11 points behind Sheffield United. Now, we do actually have to play Sheffield United later this season. And actually, the signings we've made, which I think are very, very exciting. I have to give credit to Gino Pozzo, Ben Manga, Helena Costa, because they've gone out there and they have really strengthened Watford in this January transfer window. You know, I do think we can get automatic promotion. We're going to have to go on a fantastic run of form, don't get me wrong, towards the end of this season. However, I do think it is quite possible not to catch Burnley. I think Burnley have, clearly, won the championship pretty much. But in terms of Sheffield United, I think we can get at them. We have to play them as well before the end of the season. So that's another 3 points we can gain on them. I'm very positive. The academy players have been doing really well lately. We're facing a Rotherham side who, yes, they beat Blackburn Rovers by 4-0 last time out, but in terms of their actual position in the league table, they're down there kind of with Blackpool, really. They're not having a fantastic season. And if Watford are serious about getting promoted this season, we have to be beating teams like Rotherham. So, massive game for me. We definitely need to be beating Rotherham. In terms of the team I'd put out, I would say it's going to be very similar to the team we saw against Blackpool. I saw a few rumours around Keenan Davis potentially being able to feature in this game. As always, I believe Slaven Bilic does his pre-match press conferences on Fridays, so I don't actually have the latest injury updates now. But I did see a few rumours flying around about Keenan Davis, so I think that's one to keep an eye on. But yes, in terms of the team we saw against Blackpool, I think we're going to see a very, very similar team to start against Rotherham. Maybe bringing Joao Ferreira and Matthias Martins from the start. It's entirely up to Slaven Bilic, but Matthias Martins especially, I thought, provided a real impact against Blackpool. So I'd like to see him start from the beginning of the game. And apart from that, I think we've covered all bases there, really. Very much looking forward to the game. In terms of my score prediction, I'm probably, of course, going to predict a Watford win as always. I just want Watford to get on, a good run of form where we're not just winning a couple of games in a row. I want us to win 5, 6, 7 games in a row and get some real momentum, going into the latter stages of this season. So like the Blackpool game, I'm going to predict a 2-0 Watford win, and I'll go with Matthias Martins and Hamza Chowdhury with the goals in this game. Let me know your score predictions in the comments section below. Let me know your thoughts on the new January additions we've made so far and the impending signing of Henrique Araújo on loan from Benfica. And apart from that, as I mentioned earlier in the video, if you haven't already, a subscription to the channel would be much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye bye.